Welcome back, everybody, to Virtue's Last Reward. Well, it happened. I said that I wasn't going to let my guard down, but it looks like it's time for us to let our guard down because Alice has some stuff to say to us. But we have to listen, so let's do it.
About myself. And about the Myrmidons. Deal?
Deal. Tell me about it, babe. What happened? Sure. My lips are sealed.
Really?
I promise. What crying? I don't remember any crying.
Good.
Oh.
All right then.
Alice took a deep breath and began. My father is Egyptian, but my mother is French. They met while my mother was in Egypt on vacation and married shortly thereafter. When I was 3, we all moved to the US. My father was a scientist, and his field was cloning. He was recruited by an American lab, which was why we moved. Both of my parents had used English around me from the time I was born, so I didn't have any problems adapting to life in the United States. By my 9th birthday, we'd been there for 6 years. That was when it happened. In the middle of the day, my mother showed up at school. Her eyes were red and puffy, but she didn't say anything to me on the drive home. When we arrived, there were several policemen there to meet us. My father had always been a very punctual man, and when dinner time came and went with no sign of him, even I began to realize that something terrible had happened. It wasn't until several years later that I finally learned the truth. My father's lab had been attacked by terrorists, and he had been kidnapped. For the rest of my childhood, my mother raised me by herself. I didn't realize it then, but it must have been incredibly difficult for her, as a single mother alone in a country where any relatives were transatlantic flight away. She did her best not to let me see it, but every so often when she thought she was alone, the mask would fall away, and in every line of her face, I could see exhaustion and loneliness. As much as I missed my father, it was those moments that made me wish more than anything that he'd never been taken. Fortunately, I was an excellent student and did especially well in math. I earned a full-ride scholarship straight out of high school and spent the next several years studying. After graduation, I took a job with the Department of Defense, hoping that they might have the resources to help me look for my father. I was immediately assigned to the Special Office of Internal Security. Their purpose is to investigate and sometimes deal with terrorist organizations and other serious threats to the state. I could tell my mother wasn't happy about my decision, but she chose to remain silent about it. Eventually, I learned that the terrorist organization that had taken my father was none other than the Myrmidons, although at the time, that name didn't mean anything to me. They were suspected of human cloning. Specifically, it was thought that they had been using cloning techniques to copy their most useful members and expand their ranks. The Myrmidons apparently believed that they could use cloning to create a new race of humans. Now, at last, I knew the reason for my father's abduction. The commandeer of the Myrmidons is a man named What did I say? It's the commander. Also, where have we heard of that name before? We know his name and his gender, but not his appearance or his age. The Myrmidons are closely associated with a cult known as Free the Soul. We believe that Free the Soul provides their funding, but trying to pin any kind of misdeeds on the cult's leader, a man named Brother, is like trying to nail Jell-O to a wall. Brother is supposed to be fairly advanced in years, and rumors say he's so old that he can't even get out of bed. Unfortunately, his mind seems to be sharp as ever. At that point, I hit a wall. I knew the Myrmidons had been behind my father's kidnapping. for that was all I could learn about them. Then, one day, I got a tip that some of them were hiding in a building in the Nevada desert. I headed out immediately. On the way there, my car had some engine trouble and stalled out. I was trying to decide what to do when an SUV appeared out of nowhere. I'll give you one guess who was behind the steering wheel. I think I know. Clover. That was the first time we met. There were 4 other people in the car with her. When I asked them what they were doing, I got what was just about the last answer I'd expected. They told me they'd been locked up inside of the very building I'd been on my way to investigate, and that they were currently in pursuit of the people who had kidnapped them in the first place. My priorities shifted very quickly. After a short discussion, I convinced them to allow me to come along. My hope was to find the people that they were chasing, who I was certain were Myrmidons. In the end, however, we were unable to track them down. In fact, I still don't know where they might have gone. Oh, interesting. Eventually, I took Clover and her companions to SOIS headquarters. We decided that involving the police would only complicate things. After some questioning, it was determined that the people who had instigated this particular event were not connected to the Myrmidons. We did, however, discover that the mysterious disappearance and subsequent reappearance of several children 9 years prior was connected to Free the Soul. Really? Okay. There was also a 6th person in the SUV, although they weren't riding in it, per se. A middle-aged man who I'll just call H for now had been bound and placed in the trunk. Well, we know who that is, don't we? According to the other 4, he had been behind the disappearance of the children 9 years earlier. There's Ace. We also learned that his pharmaceutical company, a major player on the world stage, was effectively controlled by Free the Soul. Really? Okay. More specifically, I suppose, H was a member of Free the Soul and very committed to their cause. Hi, buddy. I have a cat in here. So why had he kidnapped all those children?
Buddy, why do you always show up at the worst times? This is very important.
Apparently, it had been part of an experiment designed to test the ability of certain people to access what's called the morphogenetic field. I don't imagine that you've ever heard of it before, so I'll try and give you a quick rundown. Oh, look at this, you guys. It's like we're right back in it. Simply put, these people can access a sort of field that allows their consciousness to resonate with the consciousness of certain other people. To be honest, it might be simpler to just call it telepathy. The SOIS had heard of this particular ability before and had actually used it in a number of investigations, so I wasn't surprised to learn of its existence. I'm sorry, I have a cat on me.
Buddy! He's very interested in the story, you see. He wants to know what's happening. Very involved. Very involved.
I'm just gonna try to put him on my lap. I was shocked, however, to learn that these experiments had been carried out by a member of Free the Soul. He's pawing at the microphone. It's really cute.
He wants to tell his part of the story. Hello? I'm trying to work.
I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. We had to take a small breather because he was stepping on the keyboard and causing the sound to go out.
That's fine. It's absolutely fine. I know you want to know about what happened with Alice, but you gotta wait and see the episode. That's what you gotta do. Yeah.
If that was the case, then Brother must have known about it. Sorry, guys. In the most important cutscene, amazing. The thought of him discovering a way to control and harness that power was terrifying. Okay, so the experiments were carried out by Free the Soul, which is crazy. I had no idea that would be the tie-in. It wasn't too long after the incident in Nevada that another tip about the Myrmidons crossed my desk. This time it claimed that the Myrmidons intended to launch a large-scale biological terrorist act. My bosses decided that we needed more agents to deal with a threat of that magnitude, and Clover was recruited. Because she'd been a test subject in H's experiment, we knew that she had the ability to access the morphogenetic field, and we wanted to put that ability to use. After several months of training, she was sent on her first mission. She would be tasked with the infiltration and investigation of a Myrmidon cloning lab. I was assigned to be her commanding officer. I hoped that our investigation might also give me a lead on my father's whereabouts. At last, I had a chance to find out what had happened to him. I wouldn't let that chance pass me by. Perhaps that was what kept me from noticing the truth. The whole operation was a trap. The lab was fake, and Clover was captured almost immediately. I got there as fast as I could, but when I arrived, the building was only an empty shell. All of the conspirators who had pretended to be researchers and the like had already fled. I searched frantically for Clover until at last, in a basement room, I found her. She had been tied to a chair, but on the floor next to her was another body. It was my father. He looked as if he'd just been dumped there, and when I got to him, his body was already cold. He was covered in dark, ugly bruises. It wasn't until later that I learned that he had died from ruptured organs and internal bleeding. They had beaten him to death. Oh my goodness. As soon as Clover had been captured, a Myrmidon in a mask had come to visit her. He'd said that unless she wanted to end up like my father, she would leave them alone and tell her masters at the SOIS to do likewise. In retrospect, they must have known who I was and who my father was. That was why they'd killed him. Perhaps they thought they were sending a message to me, or that once he was gone, I'd lose my reason for chasing them. They were very, very wrong. I took Clover with me and left. I tried to console myself with the fact that I had, at least, been able to save her. Sometime later, I received a call from the coroner. He told me there was something I needed to see. There in the morgue was my father, cold and pale on a steel table. I could barely stand to look at him, but the coroner insisted. On his arm were 2 rows of numbers, comprised of 8s and 9s. It took me a moment to recognize my father's handwriting. He had carved them into his own skin. On his chest was another message, but they were letters this time, not numbers. Not many, just enough to make a short sentence. I love you, Alice. I broke down crying right there in the morgue. They were the first tears I'd shed since the operation had started, and there was no stopping them. There would be no forgiveness. Not for the monsters who'd put my father through this. They destroyed my family. I would make them pay, even if I had to die to do it. That night, I made a promise to myself. I would avenge my father. Holy shit. It didn't take long to figure out that the numbers he'd written were latitude and longitude. They pointed to a chemical factory that had been disguised as an abandoned building. Further investigation revealed that it was the mother lode we'd been looking for, the headquarters of the Myrmidons. I think my father must have known how things would turn out. Knowing he was going to die, he'd written the directions to our enemy's fortress on his own body. He'd sacrificed too much for me to waste this opportunity with recklessness. This time, our operation would succeed. This time, I wouldn't let my excitement put Clover or any of my other agents in danger. So, We took our time. We gathered information, we did our research, and we planned. Finally, we were ready. December 25th, 2028 was going to be the day we finally set foot inside the Myrmidon stronghold. But on the 22nd, only 3 days before the operation was scheduled to begin, a man in a gas mask appeared. Wow. So you inhaled that gas, passed out, and woke up here in the AB room?
Yes.
Holy moly. Oh my god.
Well, there it is. Everything that's happened with the Myrmidons and me.
I see.
I left a few of the details out, of course, but you get the idea.
I do get the idea. Yeah. Thanks. So the nonary game was set. What? The original nonary game and the one after it had something to do with Free the Soul? She gave me a sad sort of smile and stood up. Wow. What do you even say after that?
We should go back.
Okay. Not yet. Your story explained a lot, but there's still one big question.
Which is?
Uh-oh. What is it? Is she even going to answer it after all that? Who here is a Myrmidon? One of us planted the bombs. And, based off the code we found, it's pretty clear that that person is a Myrmidon. Right?
Yes.
I mean, we know who it is, but they don't in this timeline, I'm assuming. Unless she does know. And I agree that we need to figure out who they are.
What do you propose we do?
I don't know. On this route, I'm not sure how we would go about it. Well, that's what I wanted to ask you about. Do you have any clues?
Clues?
Anything at all?
Well, if I could decrypt that code, it might tell us something, but
Right. How can we do that?
I told you. We need a key.
Mm-hmm.
Without that, it's pointless.
Do we have that? Is that one of the things, perhaps, that I've written down already? What's a key?
A key is a key.
It's the key to help you decipher.
It allows you to sort of unlock a code.
Decoder ring, if you will.
Myrmidons usually use this huge string of numbers as a key.
Right. We have one, don't we? I think we do. Wait. A long string of numbers? Could that be? Oh, I knew it. It's this, and I believe I still have this on a screenshot, so we should be okay if we need this. He's remembering the other timeline. Oh, Sigma, good job. 7815361098838094241990551.
What the hell?
Wait, I just got another achievement, but it didn't show. What the biz, Steam? Why are you doing it? I wonder which one I got. I don't know why it's done that lately after a Steam update. I'm not sure why that's happening. It used to work before. But we just got something. I was almost as surprised as she was. The numbers had just kind of appeared in my mind, and I was saying them before I knew what I was doing. Alice looked at me incredulously, and I stared back.
Where did...
Goodness me, Sigma, I hope she doesn't think that you're one of them.
Wait. Can you say that again?
Sure, let me just whip that out again. 7815361098838094241990551.
That's 198,449,351 to the third power.
Oh, you are good at math. Holy crap. What?
That number you just told me.
Mm-hmm.
Prime factor decomposition on that number gets you
Ma'am,
198,449,351 to
I
the
didn't
third
even
power.
pass Algebra 2. You're gonna have to stop. That went right over my head. I'm foaming at the mouth already. You're talking about reducing an integer to a series of prime numbers that you multiply together to get it right? Like, if you have 30, then you get 2 times 3 times 5.
Exactly.
Oh, I see what she's doing, but holy crap, that's way too long for me to figure out all those numbers.
You probably learned that in junior high, right?
Ma'am, I don't remember what I did in junior high. Do you know how long ago that was? So you're saying that 198449351 is a prime, and if you multiply it by itself 3 times, you'd get this.
Yes.
Holy shit, Alice. Are we sure you're not the robot? Don't tell me you just did all that in your head.
I did do all of that in my head.
Wow, you are a genius.
Simple mental arithmetic.
Well, couldn't be me. What? No way. That's impossible.
I told you. I'm better at math than most people.
Yeah, I guess so. Most people. That's not better at math.
Look at you. You just recited a huge string of numbers.
Well, that's just because I'm crazy.
That seems pretty astounding, too.
It does, actually, it does. Maybe we're the robot. Maybe we're both
Where did
robots.
you find that number anyway?
Maybe we're all robots. You wouldn't believe me if I told you. I found it on a man's lips in a spacesuit. Literally. How are we gonna explain that? I didn't know what to say. What would I tell her? It just came to me?
Can't tell me, huh?
Well, it's not easy to explain, although after what she just explained, I feel like we should be able to tell her.
Fine. I'm pretty sure that's the key to the code, though.
Okay.
I know the Myrmidons use prime factors for their keys.
Right?
And there aren't a lot of 25-digit numbers that turn out to be the third power of a prime number.
Okay.
I think there's a very good chance that number you memorized was specifically created by someone.
All right. Could you explain that with small words?
Well, look at the prime factors of your number.
Okay.
198,449,351 to the third power. I think that's our hint for cracking the code.
Okay. I hope you're gonna do that, because I have no idea how.
You still don't get it?
Not really.
Try to remember the code we saw in the infirmary.
Mm-hmm.
What did it say on the monitor?
I think the first row was... Oh, well, no one remembered that. Come on.
And the second row?
Sure. I think. Then they just repeat.
Wow, you've got a pretty impressive memory.
I guess we do, huh?
We could really use someone like you back at the...
Oh. Well, keep going. How do we decode that?
You use 198,449,351 to point you to the right letters.
Letters. How do we do that?
Well, the first number is 1, so take the first letter.
Okay.
The next number is 9, so go 9 letters over from the first one.
Oh, I
Then
see.
8 from that one.
I see what she's saying.
Just keep going until you get something.
Right.
Make sense?
I guess. I ran over what she'd said in my head. The prime number Alice had given me was 198,449,351. So what would we get if we picked out letters like she'd explained? The first letter would be C in the top left. Then you'd move 9 to the right, which would give you O, and 8 more to the right. Eventually we'd get a word. And that word was... Decode the password using 198449351. You will have 6 chances to succeed. Fail and the game is over. Hang on! I'm taking a screenshot. I'm writing it all down. Oh, we're in trouble. Okay, let's take a look. It's in a book. Reading Rainbow Time. Oh no, you guys weren't kidding. Hang on, where's my phone? Okay. We have to get all of the letters in there too. I have to make sure I have all of them. Okay. Fail and the game is over. Well, I don't do very well with those kind of threats. I gotta be honest. Whenever there's a timer or if something says like if you fuck this up, the game is over, I don't do good with that shit. The code sheet won't be displayed when you input your answer, so it would be wise to solve it now. The key is 198449351. So 1 and then 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And 8. Alright, I'm just gonna have to do the best I can. Remember, the key is 198449351. Closing this window will take you to the input screen. Ooh. I'm scared. Okay. So, oh, my screen is very small. So we know that C is the first thing. O is next. 1, Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here's the thing though, if C is 1 and O is 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. And then 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. M. Then 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then, oh God. Oh Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord. Okay, help me out here. The problem is you can't lose your place. And if you do, you messed up bad. That's the problem. And every time I touch my phone, it's not, you know what I should do? I should edit. That's a good idea. 1 second. We're doing it. It's letting me edit it. Let's do this. Sorry if this is taking me a second. I want to make sure that we've got everything. Okay, let's put it on green so I can see it. All right, so 1. Sorry, this might take a second. This might take a hot second. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, marking it off is the way to go. 1, 2, 3. See? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. E. And then 1. Completed. Hopefully that's right. Hey, just took me a sec. Because of my special eyes, I couldn't see it on the phone. We got it. Once I marked it, we were good. I did it. Completed. That's it. That's the answer.
Completed?
That's a weird passcode to have, but like, what does it mean? That maybe they completed all the bomb setups and that's what they were trying to relay back? Like a message?
Are you sure?
Well, that's what I got. Yeah. I did exactly what you told me to do. And the word I got is completed. Well, actually, it's completed, completed, completed. The code and the letters repeat every 2 lines. It just repeats. It must be like a code out then, like it must be a message.
Well, I can't remember the code like you can, but if you're certain, I believe you.
Yeah, I think so. I'm definitely certain.
All right, then. I wonder what completed is supposed to mean, though.
Maybe that it's all set up, whatever they were trying to do. What? Aside from the obvious, you mean? I'm guessing here it means mission complete. So that's what the transmitter was for. Oh, of course, because remember when Dio gave us that initial code key, he was going to use this probably to transmit out.
Huh?
And that's probably what it was for.
What are you talking about?
She wasn't there, so she doesn't know that.
What transmitter?
Oh God, how do we explain this? Listen, Alice knows all about the morphogenetic fields and stuff, so maybe she would understand that we've been like kind of switching back and forth on timelines. Like maybe it wouldn't be that bad for her to know. She'd probably understand. I barely even heard her. Suddenly, my mind was full of memories that hadn't been there a moment before. It was like a wave had washed away the sand, revealing a bed of precious gems underneath. Wait, Sigma, what's happening? Whoa. Oh, he's remembering all the timelines previous that we've done. Sigma? Are we back here now? He was like actually remembering most all of them, huh? If not all.
Right.
My sacred mission is at last complete. With these two hands, mankind is saved. I am your well-made flesh. In your name, I give thanks.
Oh boy, okay. Right. Is Sigma gonna say? Damn it. Why hadn't I realized it before? I could remember a series of numbers, but not this. At least I remembered it now. Dio was a member of the Myrmidons. And not just any member, he was their leader. That meant that he had to be the one who planted the bombs.
Hey, are you listening to me?
Alice, we got a problem. Yeah.
Then answer my question. What the hell was that? What's this about a transmitter?
I didn't trust myself to try and explain it to her. More than likely, she'd just think that I was insane. Even I could barely make sense of the sudden influx of new information.
Wait. Don't tell me you're one of the Myrmidons.
No, see, that's what I was worried that she was gonna say that. If I was, do you really think that I'd reveal myself like this?
Point.
No, explain it to her, Sigma, she might understand, because she knows about the fields. It's a little bit similar. Out of nowhere, Clover appeared. What's up, girl? What's wrong?
Oh, there you are. I've been looking all over for you.
Really?
We're all down in the floor B warehouse.
Okay.
Well, all of us but Luna and Quark.
All right.
Why?
Why, something happened? Oh, we're running out of time. We still got 45 minutes until the white doors open.
I know that.
Oh, okay. Hey, wait a minute. I thought UK and Court didn't know about the white doors.
Tenmyoji told us about them.
Okay.
He said he'd show us where they were, so we all followed him down to the floor B warehouse.
Right.
I'm assuming you left Quark with Luna?
Yeah. Anyway, when we showed up, Phi and Kay were already there.
All right. So?
Well, all of a sudden, Phi, Tenmyoji, and Dio all started yelling at each other.
Oh, well, of course they did. What?
Why? Did something happen?
According to Clover, the last AB game had been the cause of their fight. Even though Tenmyoji only had one BP, Phi had chosen Betray. They started to fight, and since Dio had pressed Betray on behalf of his team, eventually he got dragged in too. Oh, of course.
That seems odd. Phi only had one BP too. Her choice seems like a perfectly valid defensive move.
That's what I thought. There's no way she wasn't going to do it, especially not against Dio.
Ugh. Just come with me.
All right, well, all
Kay's
right.
trying to calm them down, but there's only one of him.
Okay. Come on, Alice, let's go.
Coming!
Listen, let them fight it out. Listen, they're adults. Let them throw a punch. So what? But we're talking about important shit here. You know, like a bomb. You can't throw a punch at a bomb. Well, I mean, you could, but like nothing. You know, that ain't gonna work. Oh, Jesus, it's gonna be like WWF in here. To be fair, I'd like to see people punch Dio. That'd be funny. All four of them were still there when we arrived. They seemed to have calmed down a bit, but the tension in the air was almost visible. I felt like I'd stepped into a room full of flammable gas. Even the smallest spark could turn the whole place into a raging inferno. Even Kay, usually so calm and collected, was standing ramrod straight with his hand balled into a fist at his side. Oh, I'm sorry. Why would you use this to describe that? Okay. I looked at Alice, pursed my lips, and then headed over to the angry knot of people occupying most of the room. All right, what's happening in here? Can all these can you calm down, please? Whoever told me what's going on. This whole thing is stupid. You need to knock it off.
Stupid? What about this is stupid?
What is the problem?
We're talking about my life, you self-righteous dick.
Listen, it almost happened to me. I know. But yelling at each other isn't going to solve your problem. The best thing for us to do is to trust each other and get through this. Wouldn't you agree?
Hard to trust someone who tried to kill me.
I know. Listen, it also happened to me. I get you, dude.
Same to you.
Oh, no. Oh, brother.
told you letting Dio vote was a stupid idea.
No, you're
What
right.
did you think he was gonna do?
Exactly. I mean, we said that from the start.
You might as well have pressed the button yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't just leave Quark alone.
Well, you should have.
That's no excuse.
I mean, you let that happen because you didn't take your shit into your own hands, sir.
And where do you get off telling me I shouldn't have picked Betray?
Yeah, that was the only thing she could have done.
Did you even think that through? What? I was supposed to pick Ally?
Yeah, then it would have been bad.
If I'd done that, I'd be dead right now.
Yep.
I could say the same thing to you. Damn good thing Dio didn't choose Ally.
He wouldn't have ever.
Please, that's enough from both of you. Sigma's right. This isn't the time to be bickering with each other.
Oh, brother.
Oh, you don't get to talk.
Listen.
You tried to betray Clover and escape on your own.
Well,
Perhaps. But I think that's better than nearly killing someone.
listen, we're not gonna say what's better and what's not.
Well, I only did it so that she wouldn't kill Tenmyoji.
No, you didn't. Don't even start. Bitch, ain't nobody in here believe that. God damn it. Enough already. I roared with fury and my voice echoed and rebounded off the walls of the warehouse. Everyone fell silent. I didn't know how long that silence would last, so I decided to put it all on the table. There was only one way that I was going to be able to take control of the situation. Guys, listen to me. We really don't have time for this. I was met with a number of glares, but I soldiered on. See, the thing is, I figured out who planted the bombs.
What?
All right, here we go.
Is this what you were talking about earlier?
Is this gonna work? Sort of, yeah. I know which one of you it is.
Well, spit it out then.
Well, this is gonna go well, I'm sure.
Please, explain what's going on here.
I don't think I need to. They're going to admit their guilt in just a few minutes.
What?
Oh, Sigma. Wait a minute. Oh, shit. Is this gonna work? You're all going to hear it straight from the horse's mouth. Or, I guess I should say, Dio's mouth. Oh, crap. Oh, shit. Let's get a little psychological in here. Let's go.
What are you on?
Listen, I'm on Minute Maid, okay?
You think I set those bombs?
Yeah, I do. Yes, I do.
Hey, if you're gonna accuse me, you better have some pretty damn good evidence, pal.
Well, let me tell you about this timeline I've been living on. I'm not accusing you. I'm just stating a fact.
Oh yeah? Where the hell'd you get that fact?
Don't worry about it. From you. Fun as it was, I knew taunting alone wouldn't be enough to make Dio confess. He'd just play dumb, he was good at it, and I'd get nothing. That meant that I was going to have to trick him. Well, you see, I'm actually from Free the Soul.
Free the soul?
Don't act like you don't know what that is.
What's that? Some kind of hippie shoe company?
Oh, honestly though, someone open it quick. That would be hilarious. Don't play dumb, Dio. Or should I call you Left? Brother ordered me to come here. Keep an eye on you. Ooh, is he gonna fall for this? Oh, Sigma. It was quick, but for just a moment I saw his eyes twitch. I leapt on that moment of weakness like a hungry dog on a steak. Fine. Skepticism is understandable, admirable, even. But perhaps this will convince you. I pressed forward, pulling out every fact I could remember. I told Dio about Brother's background and how his younger brother Left had been murdered. I mentioned casually that the Myrmidons were all clones of a single person. So, still not convinced? How about this? 781-536-1098-838-0942-14199-0551. Do a little prime factor decomposition on that, and you'll get 198449351 to the third power. If I'm not who I say I am, how on earth could I possibly know that?
What?
Oh shit, Sigma!
No, that's not possible.
Yeah, well, listen, I don't gotta look like you to do it. Finally. So, let's start over, shall we? I was sent here to watch your every move. It seems our wise and noble brother doesn't trust you. He suspects betrayal.
No! You're lying!
I assure you, I'm not. But if you don't believe me, why don't you go outside and call him yourself with your transmitter?
No. No!
Girls.
You have to be lying!
How did I know all that?
Brother trusts me!
Oh shit. There it is.
That's why he chose me for this mission!
There it is. We did it.
Why would he make me the leader of the Myrmidons if he...
Oh. Huh? Oh, I'm sorry. What was that?
I said, why would he have made me the leader of the Myrmidons if...
I grinned.
Wait. What the hell?
Oh shit. Here we freaking go.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Nope, not a joke. Sorry, Dio. I've never even seen brother.
What the hell was all that?
Don't worry about what I know.
How did you know all those things?
Don't know. Maybe I was divinely inspired.
Don't give me that shit!
Oh shit, he's gonna go crazy.
What's going on?
Everyone else is confused.
What are these Myrmidons?
Dio and I stared at one another while Clover and Tenmyoji quickly explained to Phi and Kay about the memory card and the number 2 bomb, and about the code we'd found that was from a terrorist organization called the Myrmidons. Oh god.
So you mean to say someone from the Myrmidons planted the bombs?
Mm-hmm.
And Dio pretty much just admitted to doing it?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Bastards.
Mm.
I'll never forgive you.
I heard a low, furious muttering behind me and turned to see Alice, her lips pulled back into a snarl. Alice, it probably wasn't him. Well, maybe it was.
I'm going to kill you!
Oh, Jesus. Her voice rose to a scream as she charged toward Dio. He ducked out of the way smoothly and pulled something from his pocket.
Whoa there.
Oh, I figured.
I like my women a little feisty. But you're taking it a little too far, sweetheart. Tone it down.
What?
You see this? You know what it is, don't you?
Mm-hmm. I was worried about that.
Oh my god. Is that the detonator?
Exactly.
You'll die too.
And I assume you know what happens if I press this button?
I guess he doesn't care anymore, now that he's been exposed.
Yes. I think I do. I'm guessing it'll set off both of the bombs.
I think there's more than 2.
Well, I wouldn't say both.
Yeah,
You mean there's still a number 1 bomb we haven't found?
there's probably more than that.
Correct. And there's one more, too.
Yep.
No. There are 4 bombs?
Yep.
Exactly.
There are.
I've planted 4 bombs. They're the ones numbered 1, 2, and 3, but there's also one more.
Yep.
Bomb number 0.
Yeah, about that.
Add all that up, and you're looking at about 4 tons of explosive power.
Mm-hmm.
Those go off, and it's all over.
Oh boy.
That's enough oomph to turn this whole place into a smoking crater.
Wonderful.
Aren't you forgetting something?
That'd kill you too.
He doesn't care anymore, I doubt.
So, I'm ready for that. I've got spares.
Oh, you really think you can live on through your clones, eh? I guess that must be it.
Spares? Is that what Sigma was talking about?
Yeah, clones.
I heard Alice whisper something to Clover.
Let's go, Clover. Show him all that training wasn't for nothing.
Huh? Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Right.
Wait. What's she gonna do? Lift up your shirt, Clover. Distract him. That'll do it. Before I had a chance to ask them what was going on, they moved.
Die, you bastard!
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah!
She roared and leapt towards Dio, Clover following just behind. Alice threw a punch at Dio's face, and as he dodged, Clover spun out from behind her. Oh, shoot! Dio grunted and turned to focus on Alice, but Clover darted in and snatched the detonator from his hand. Nice job. Nice work.
Clover, get him!
Right! Sigma, catch!
Huh? Before I could respond, Clover had thrown the detonator at me. I scrambled to grab it out of the air and held it to my chest.
Damn it!
Oh shit, now what, boy?
Stop! Let me go! Still let go of me, you asshole!
Oh my goodness! Yelling didn't do him any good, and Dio found himself subdued by the skillful teamwork of Alice and Clover. Strangely, though, once they got a hold of him, he stopped struggling. I was reminded of a gazelle with its neck in the mouth of a lion. Had he surrendered? Let's just talk about the screenshot for 1 sec. I know that you're thinking the same thing I am, I'm sure. Or did he have some trick up his sleeve? It didn't feel right. I didn't have to wait long for my misgivings to prove true. Oh no. The detonator in my hand suddenly began to flash. What?
Ha! Serves you right.
Oh no. Uh-oh.
What are you laughing at?
Oh shit, it's even better now that he's laughing.
You, her, all of you. God, you're stupid.
What? Why?
See that detonator you threw to Sigma?
Oh no.
You activated it.
Oh god.
If it gets more than a meter away from me, it sets itself off.
Wonderful.
We figured someone might try to take it away, so we put in a little safeguard.
Right.
Since you two were kind enough to take it away from me, the bombs have gone from remote control to countdown timer.
Wonderful.
Go ahead and destroy the detonator if you want. Won't make any difference now. The bombs are gonna go off no matter what.
Okay. That's great. That's just fantastic. How long do we have?
About 30 minutes.
Wonderful. Oh, it's good long time for that. Where are we? We're only here? Oh, Jesus Christ. In the next one, we're gonna have to figure out what happens. Do we get set up the bomb? Do we explode? Do we figure out how to undo them? I think we might have enough information, hopefully, to do it. I think we do, but I'm not exactly 100% sure. But we're gonna have to find out no matter what in the next one. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you're enjoying this as much as I am, and I will see you soon in the next episode. Toodaloo!